Hey, Bart with Bicycle Rider TV. And today we're going to do a quick review on a new set of tubeless tires that I put on my bike, the Panaracer GravelKing SKs, 700 by 43. And if you stick around for just a few minutes, I'll go into detail about a big gravel ride I did yesterday with these tires mounted to my bike and how they performed. And if you don't mind me using more of a makeshift camera in my backyard because I made a mistake yesterday and I didn't have the mic hooked up when I was on location. But I wanted to review these tires while they were fresh in my mind. So, I'm in my backyard with a Garmin Verb camera and instead of my cameraman Gary with all the good camera equipment. But if you don't mind just a little bit less video quality, I'll try to make the video valuable with information, first-hand information. All right, stick around for a few minutes and we'll get to it. Thank you. All right, well, this is Bart with the Bicycle Rider YouTube TV, and today we are going to do a review of my new tire pick, tubeless tire pick, the Panaracer GravelKing SKs. And this is a 700 by 43C tire that I picked to go on my bike for the gravel racing season. And I think, as many of you know, I am more into the speed-orientated racing style of gravel. I do like the subtle style of gravel. I just haven't had a chance to experience that much myself. So there's nothing wrong with that side, but I am really looking to get, some speed out of my gravel bike because, that's the mode I'm into right now. So I made a mistake earlier with trying to go tubeless on a set of tires that I really liked. And these were the Continental Speed Ride tires. These were a 700 by 42 tire that I really had great luck with on a multi-purpose path, and the gravel I've done. They're more of a file in the middle and then some ribs on the outside that seemed to give me great traction, and these things wore great. I mean, I have over 3,000 miles on this set of tires, with no punctures, and I know some of that has to do with luck, but really they really have worn very well, and I was surprised about the rolling resistance of these tires, especially coming from a road bike style straight to a gravel bike style. And these tires really did roll and carry speed very good. So you've probably seen me recommend these tires, but out of my personal ignorance, as far as maybe not knowing as much about gravel tires as I should have when I first started this endeavor. And I just figured that these were tubeless. So when I went to go set them up tubeless the other day, I had sealant spewing out of the sidewalls and everything else. And I figured out real quick that was the problem. These aren't a tubeless tire. So if you're not looking for a tubeless tire and want a great tire, these Continental Speed Rides did good. But I really wanted to get set up with tubeless. So I had to make a tire choice, and I called up one of the companies that I do reviews with and let them know that I wanted shopping around for a new set of tires, and they suggested I try these Panaracer GravelKing SKs to set up tubeless. Of course, they came kind of in this weird green color, but if I had my choice, I probably would have picked black to start with. But after showing this color and these wheels to a few people, especially some females, because sometimes I trust females' opinions better than males when it comes to how things look, and everybody seemed to like the dull green tires or army green tire. So I just had to laugh at that. But really, I put them on to see the functionality of how these tires worked. And here on the Bicycle Rider, we try to review products that give you a good bang for your buck. And there's a lot of high-priced, really good gravel tires out there, and these seem to be in a very good price range compared to some of the other tires I saw. And I was talking with one of my fellow riders yesterday who's a much more veteran in the gravel racing scene than I am. And he noticed these tires and said he's been running the Panaracer GravelKings for several years now, and he's not a guy that looks for a bargain when it comes to price. He tries to buy the best product he can because for the job, and he's riding these tires for the performance aspect of it. And of course, I'm more on the budget side, so I kind of look at something budget-wise that's going to work well. And these tires yesterday, after a 50-mile hardcore gravel ride with mixed situations, as far as we had really thick gravel because they just re-graveled some of these roads. We had some clay, really fast surfaces. We had a lot of mud and climbs. so we really had a good varied terrain for me to test these tires out for the first time. And I have to say they performed really well. There's a little bit more grip on these tires I noticed than the tires I had on here previously. And I was worried I was going to have that rolling resistance that I initially thought that a gravel tire was going to give me. But really these rolled really good. And there was even a section of the gravel course yesterday where we had to leave the gravel roads and get on the pavement, and I was really surprised how well these rolled on the pavement as well. And if you knew these guys I was riding with yesterday, this wasn't a talkative group. These guys shit and get. So once we hit that pavement, I mean, it was full gas, and I was able to hang no problem. These tires did not hold me back at all. So I don't have several thousand miles on these tires like I had on the other tires that I reviewed, but I think after 50 plus miles of a hardcore gravel ride, I can say that these tires performed very well, and I was really happy with them. I am pushing the limits of these Crank Brothers gravel wheels, and I'm very impressed with these wheels as well. But these are more of a race wheel, so the internal width of these Crank Brothers wheels is about 21, and they recommend on a 21 that you go up to about a 40 millimeter tire, and these are really a 43 millimeter tire. But I've always liked to have a little bit of bulge. To me, that helps with the comfort. It helps protect my rim. I've done that on cars for years. Put a little bit fatter rim or fatter tire on a rim, and I've had good luck protecting my rims. I'd almost rather sacrifice a tire than a rim. But these tires have a real sturdy sidewall on them. And sometimes I think if a rim is too wide, you've got a square pattern on your tire. But I kind of like having a little bit of a bulge. So I am pushing the max, max width for these tires, and I really could tell a difference between a 40 and a 43, because it just gave me such more of a better ride yesterday. I was a little bit worried about tire clearance, but here on a more of a racy style gravel bike, on the Gestalt X10, I have plenty of room. You could see here for front tire clearance, and in the back as well. So these tires don't really have a huge pattern on the side. They've got more of a thin pattern, and it seems to fit my frame geometry just well. But like I said, I am pushing the limits of what a racy gravel tire is going to be. 43. I know a lot of these guys yesterday were running like 35s. I felt like I was floating over some of the bigger gravel sections a little bit better with the 43s, and plus it gave me comfort. At 50 miles you start getting that fatigue factor, and I think these tires really helped keep the fatigue down for me. So I'm going to keep pushing these tires to the limits. I'm actually going on a ride today, more of a mixed surface ride with a lot of some pavement and a lot of unimproved beach sidewalk. And so I'm going to put these tires to the test today on that situation, and compared to yesterday's full-on gravel route, it's going to be a good comparison of how these tires do on a more urban style surface. But just initially, I'd like to say that the Panaracer GravelKings, the SKs, really did a fantastic job. I think if you look at price point, right now you can find a lot of them on sale, especially if you don't mind having a little color. I think they got a lot of these tires with the colors maybe didn't sell as good as just a straight black. So, color-wise, if you don't mind having a little color, I think you can get a pretty good deal right now on some of these tires. And I had a really nice video going yesterday with a beautiful scenery right after the ride. My fault being a kind of a beginner videographer, I didn't have the mic hooked up to the camera. So you guys are kind of dealing with me in the backyard with a Garmin Verb camera, and my cameraman's probably going to kill me because he really likes our video quality to be high end, and he's got the equipment, and he also is a cameraman. Where here I'm just kind of holding the camera in my arm. So if you guys don't mind, just a little bit of maybe not the best video quality as we come out with on some of our other videos. I just wanted to do a quick walk around of these tires while everything was fresh in my mind. And I mean, you could see that this is not a staged review. I've got dirt and mud and dust all over my bike, and you don't get that if you don't ride. So just know on the bicycle rider, we definitely test the products that we review, and we test them in some hardcore situations. So I just like to say that the Panaracer GravelKing did great. My buddy said that he's running the Panaracer GravelKing 2s or Plus, and he said that they had even a better feel than these did. So that must be maybe a newer, upgraded model of these tires. But if you're looking for a good gravel tire, especially in the speed-orientated platform, I'm going to suggest that these GravelKings really did a good job, especially for the price you can pick them up right now. You could probably get a set of these tires a little bit less expensive than some of the other models right now. And if you're wondering if they work good, I mean they worked really good for me yesterday, so I would think that they probably work good for you. So anyway, from the bicycle rider to you guys, just giving you a quick update on the GravelKing SKs. All right, thank you.